Good morning, everybody. Chris Fawcett from the Headache and Pain Management Centre here for your Wednesday morning. Here talking today about the missing link in your low back pain woes. And we see it a lot here at the clinic. People that have been treated for low back pain by people in the past, and things just haven't quite gone the way that they wish them to, which is why we've invested very heavily in the best treatment of low back pain. So you might see here that I'm sitting in our MedX machine, which is the world's best back strengthening equipment. So what it does is it basically straps you down so that you're not able to use your legs, and it's basically a machine where you actually just use your back to lift weight. Okay, so what they find is that with low back pain, the biggest reason that low back pain happens, by the way, if you're there, type in below and say hello and let us know that you're there. The biggest reason for low back pain is twofold. Firstly, there is a tight muscle at the front of your spine, not the back, but the front. A tight muscle at the front of your spine called psoas, which gets tight and draws you forward. Okay, so it puts you in sort of a bent position, not hugely bent, but it just makes it really difficult to roll over and get up out of bed in the morning. So to get from sitting to standing, it feels really tight when you bend forward and try to stand up straight. So that's the first thing that can happen, is that muscle can get really tight. But the most important and most exciting reason as to why, well, most exciting because we're able to treat it, but the biggest reason why low back pain does happen, and it keeps recurring over and over again, is because the muscles in your lower back, the ones that actually are meant to do all the work in kind of protecting your back and giving your back feedback about where it is in space, those muscles are called the multifidus. Those muscles get smaller. They actually get reduced in size, and instead of becoming more like a really meaty sort of muscle, it's actually more, it becomes infiltrated with fatty infiltrates, or what they call fatty infiltrates. So instead of being a nice, really juicy piece of muscle, it kind of becomes more like a marbled bit of steak. What that means is that basically you haven't got as many muscle spindles that can fire off and protect your back, and instead what happens is you get stiff and tight as a protective posture, so that basically your back and your back doesn't want to move. Your brain says, hey, look, we don't want to move that back. It's a little bit dangerous. We don't want you to do that. So this machine, the MedX machine, which I'll stand up and actually show you behind me if we can see it. There it is. So there's the MedX machine there. It looks really big and scary, but it's actually really quite safe to use. What that machine does is it actually causes you to use those low back muscles better than anything else on the market, in the marketplace, to actually get those muscles of your back strong again, okay? And the reason why it's so effective is because it's hooked up to a computer, so it can measure just how strong your back is at any given moment in time through the amount of range. I'll just see if I can bring it around here. So you can see there, it's got the range of motion detector there, so you can actually lock it in at different ranges of motion. So if you're stiff going forward, you don't want to go all the way forward to start with. You just want to sort of work your way up to bending all the way forward. And it's also got our computer, which you can see there, which actually just hooks up to the machine. You can see it there. So it hooks up to the machine, to this computer screen, to show you just how strong that you are, and actually see in real time just how much you're able to push back. So it's actually really effective. It's been a really big thing in the United States and Europe for a very long time. It's very successful. There's a really good systematic review that shows that 90% of patients get a really good outcome, including those that have been through other rehabilitation programs before, so that have been through their Pilates, their yoga, their physio, their chiro, and it hasn't been successful. It's actually stopped a lot of people that we've seen from getting surgery as well, so it's actually a really effective thing to do, which is why we actually invested in the machine in the first place, because we saw the awesome results that it could get. So that's the MedX machine, and that's what we want to do. So the two things to take out of today: firstly, that muscle called psoas at the front, which is really tight and really stiff. We just need to get that moving, get that elongated, get that strong. And secondly, the biggest thing with lower back pain is that the muscles shrink in the lower back. Okay, when those muscles shrink, what happens is that the back becomes tight, becomes stiff, becomes protective, forces your brain not to want to move the back very well, and you need something to get those muscles fired back up again, of which the MedX machine, which is behind me, is the thing that actually gets that happening the best. Hey, just a short video today for your Wednesday. Thought that would be good. Like, share, comment below. Anyone who's got low back pain and would like to know a little bit more about what they can do to get rid of their chronic low back pain woes. I'll be here later in the week to talk more about the low back. It's nice to see you there, by the way, to talk more about the low back and what we are able to do to assist in helping out. For now, I'm signing off, and nice to see you, and we'll see you again next time. Cheers, bye for now.